Hi friends, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and this light that's trying to obscure my view is the GAMMA TX6. Now the TX6 is a beam light from the TX line. It really sits up with the TX5, and it's even brighter than the TX5 itself, and it's got some interesting features. So let's dive through them. Similar to the other models of the TX line, it's got a power con in and through, 3 and 5 pin DMX like the TX5. The TX4 only has 3 pin. Coming around to the other side, we've got menu, up, down, and enter, easily accessible. So we're able to get to those, got a decent color screen as well. Now let's look at the unit. When I first saw this unit, I was a little skeptical. Let's talk about why. I thought maybe it was kind of a gimmick. So it's a beam fixture, and it has a 3-degree beam. Now when we're talking about beam moving heads, 3 degrees is actually really wide, and you want to be as narrow as you can to make it as punchy as you can. So with this unit, they're not quite as narrow as other beam units, and it does show in the output. You're not going to use this light on a big outdoor stage. Like the benchmark for beam lights is the Clay Packy Sharpie. They use them all over the place. They're used outdoors, indoors, big stages, small stages. And they have like a 1-degree beam spread, okay? That's only an 180 watt discharge lamp. This is an LED, it's a 300 watt, so they get a lot of power in there. It's not as narrow as it could be, but I think it looks pretty good, and you can see the video we're rolling now that starts to show you that. But what's interesting is this halo of LEDs. When I first saw this and they sent me pictures and some info about this light, I thought to myself, it's kind of a gimmick, you know, it's not that exciting. But they look to be maybe 1 or 3 watt LEDs, and there's this whole ring of them around the lens. And when you turn it on, even by itself, as we'll show you here in the video, it's as bright as a small LED par. Like, it's not going to be your primary wash light, but you can totally use it in 2 really great ways. First, you can use it by itself. Okay, it lets out a pretty good amount of light. You can see it really well. Second, you can use it in contrast to the light that you have the main beam at. So I'm going to plug it in right now. We can put it into a self mode. But the main beam light is a white LED with a color wheel. So you can choose colors, but you can't mix. These LEDs on the outside, they look like a par. They're color mixing, so you can mix smoothly the colors. So you can make these opposite colors, and they look really good together, and they're really punchy. Let's go ahead and just look at some shots of the light now, and you can see some of these looks that I'm talking about. So, noise level wise, it's pretty reasonable, even when it's running full tilt. It's really not that loud. And it's one of those things, you know, that if you're using a light this big, you're probably in a venue where the amount of noise that this light makes is not unreasonable. It's really fine for what you're doing. So, is it right for you? Well, if you have, I would say, 250 watt, 300 watt, even 400 watt spots or LED washes, if you have up to that level, and you're looking for a beam light that'll cut through pretty good, the TX6 is a really great option to look at. Over at Learn Stage Lighting Gear, we have a number of different beam units that we can look at, but this one is probably, for an LED unit, it's probably the best priced one. It's definitely the lowest, and I think it offers a really great value for that price. Is it the world's best beam unit? No, but it really has some great options with the gobos, the colors, and the halo effect, that you get multiple functions out of it, all for a pretty reasonable price per unit when you're talking about lights in this price range. The only negative I've seen with it is the head of it is actually a little bit heavy due to the lensing and the cooling for the LEDs. Because of that, when it moves fast and you stop suddenly, you see a little bit of shakiness. I believe they call that hysteresis. It's not terrible. And I would say if you're lighting music and you're doing festivals or whatever, little festivals, county fairs, small regional stuff, you're probably never going to get a complaint about that. Is that something that you're not going to see in a professional level unit? Yes. But that unit is going to cost 3 or 4 times the cost of this TX6. So it's up to you. Check out the video, check out the info over at learnstagelightinggear.com, and if you have any other questions, let us know. Feel free to fill out a quote request. You can leave a message there, ask questions, get your personalized price, and we'd love to help connect you with this fixture or any other fixture that's right for you. As you'll see over there, we have a lot of different brands, and we can help you find what's best for you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.